I'm so happy to have you on.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Let's talk about ChickiBoom.
Okay, ChickiBoom.
ChickiBoom.
ChickiBoom, yeah. It's my wife's nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got it from.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've got one of your guitars right here.
These are one of the ChickiBooms, a simple one string.
Yeah.
They're a traditional blues guitar.
Yeah.
I like to call them a plantation guitar.
Okay.
But they're based on instruments in Africa. When they brought all the slaves over, dropped them on the plantation. With the materials they had, this is what they had to build replicas of what they had at home.
Whoa, a little bit of history.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're American history. They're the American original 3-string guitar or 1-string.
Yeah. Tell me about the 1-string.
So the 1-string is called a dilly bow.
Okay.
Very simple to play. You're never out of tune with the 1-string. Okay, I'm not a player.
Yeah.
But there's a guy that you might have heard of here into guitars named Bo Diddley.
Yeah.
He started on a dilly bow when he was young. That's what he became famous for.
Yeah.
And so he just took the name, kind of turned it around, and got his name out of it.
Yeah. That's awesome. So let's talk about first your musical background and your participation in the musical industry.
So as you can tell by playing skills, I'm not a musician, and I really wish I could have been. So I've always found my way to put myself a rock star adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started in a little studio in Seattle in the 90s.
Yes.
And I was intending to just get skills and go to LA, but then grunge happened.
Yes.
And so I thought, why am I moving?
Right.
Yeah. So I worked for a little band out of Seattle called Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. Has anybody heard of Pearl Jam?
And then they had the same sound crew as Chili Peppers, so I got inherited into that gig as well.
That's incredible. And so not only were you making sound, engineering sound for two of some of the most iconic bands of my lifetime and my generation, but you are also an artist.
Yes, the entire time I also was a painter.
Yeah.
I love painting, it's great. I'm one of those people that, spend a year on one piece.
Yeah.
It didn't scale well as far as, becoming profitable for an artist.
Right.
But then over time I got bored with it. And my job was slowing down, lots of free time, so I thought for the third time in my life I'd teach myself how to play guitars.
Yeah.
And I got a guitar, I got a bass, got another one. I really kind of sucked at it.
Yeah.
So my wife laid down a rule: no more buying guitars so you can play one well.
Yeah.
So I found a loophole.
Okay.
Being an engineer, I like to know how things work. I can't use something until I know how it works. So I thought, I read about these cigar box guitars. I think I had the tools to build one. So I built one. Then I built 2 more, sold them.
Yeah.
And that was like 700 guitars later.
Jeez. Now tell me about what is all involved in these guitars, because it's so many knick-knack pieces put together.
So part of the skill of it is to kind of build it with parts you might have had lying around at a hardware shop or a farm. So traditionally they would use a broomstick and the wire from a broom and stick it in the cigar box was discarded. So these are actual cigar boxes. I get them from Paul's Cigar Box Shop. They collect them and give them to me. So when a hot day, you can still kind of get the smell out of them.
Okay.
It's a hand-carved mahogany. That was supposed to be a piece of mahogany decking. But I made the neck out of. This one has simple electronics, just a vibration pickup against the neck. But some have nice coil pickups in them.
Awesome. And so this is just one of your guitars?
Yeah, this is one very simple model.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have quite a few on display here at Boys 4.
Yes. They're a great outlet. I'm so happy.
Right.
And I too appreciate the once a month routine.
Yeah. Well, tell me about producing this product and what made you want to do this?
I was always involved in music. After I left music, I got into managing television network on cell phones. That was great for a while, and then it all fell apart at the same time.
Yeah.
Right about that time, I was looking for something new. I was bored. I was no longer doing music, just software.
Yeah.
And I wanted something to tie me back. So when it fell into these things, I loved it. It was great. It was a great opportunity just to express myself as an artist.
Yeah.
And I do everything from these to I rebuild electric guitars and put collage projects on them.
Yeah, I saw that. We actually have one on display. I'm sorry, home audience, that you can't see it, but we're gonna bring it out.
Oh, there you go.
Let's just
Technology.
Yeah. You know what? We've got a guitarist here on set.
I've heard.
I was wondering if we could set this up on an amp and we could hear a little tune, like what happens when you play a cigar box guitar from ChickiBoom.
Let's see.
right. Yeah, it's a totally different vibe, right? Dope. That's a dope groove. You know, and so it's a single scale.
Yes.
And I mean, this is the first time they don't have that on your planet, do they? So it's incredible that like you could take a skilled guitarist, but anybody could
Yes,
play the
they're
one
very
string.
simple, and you're never out of tune with the one string.
Yeah.
Very easy to play instrument. I actually have a variation of that where I just put the blues scale on it, so it's a no-fail guitar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for
Hey,
coming
thanks for
out,
having me, and I
Sonny.
love your show.
Like, yeah.
Thank you.
Let's give it a hug.